In the city of Bloomington, the council approved spending just over $100 grand on more license plate reading cameras this evening. Council approved Bloomington's first contract with the Flock Safety Company in early 2022 to get automated license plate reading or LPR cameras at 10 locations. Well, tonight, the council approved buying 14 more, including a long-range camera called the Solar Falcon LR. The council approved it unanimously as part of their consent agenda, which is a list of items voted on all at once because they are generally not controversial among the council members. A report given to the city states that technology has led to several arrests for violent crimes, improved crash investigations, and helped with missing persons cases.